Hi. Hi. Hi, Flamingo. How are you? Thank you. It is indeed, I can't remember what number, one of the anniversaries. Um, I think this is three. I think we've been running on two and this is three. Uh, yeah. And you know what? I completely forgot until I fired up OBS and this little thing popped up there that says, share the love. So, uh, here. I'll go ahead and clear that by wishing myself an anniversary. I hope people had at least a good enough 4th yesterday for the holiday. I spent the day with friends, went and saw the fireworks, which are right there. So all I had to do was walk out to the street and I could see the fireworks. Um, didn't feel terribly celebratory. What with all the goings on in the week leading up to the 4th, that's oof. But I had a good idea for today, which is leftover stuff from the 4th. And if you're not familiar, it's a outdoor barbecue holiday. Although it was rainy, so we did ours indoors, plus the grill wasn't working really well, so we did ours in regardless. So pretty basic stuff. Hot dogs, French fries, stuff like that. But I'm gonna make a stir fry. Not a stir fry, a fried rice, which is kind of a stir fry, but you know, a fried rice. I have some old rice. I made rice this earlier in the day and just left it in the thing to harden up so that we can use it as fried rice proper. Otherwise, hot dogs, frozen French fries, mustard, ketchup, beans. That was a thing I had. That was a thing. Here, let's slide over. Let's slide over. Oop, that's still a little smidgen damp from the clean up. Gotcha. Um, so I was looking around for beans because I have the idea of let's throw some beans in there. Dr. Pepper flavored baked beans. So there's going to be some Dr. Pepper flavored baked beans in here somewhere. But I can't imagine this is going to take super long. We're making a quick like fry up thing. So I'm gonna chit chat and take my time. I got the babyest little jalapeno, a bell pepper. Let's throw an onion in. I did bump this, didn't I? I bumped my camera, and I can see at the bottom I've got a bit of an angle forming because I keep adjusting it by just swiveling this, but it changes the angle. I need to like get you guys back. Shoot, I should not do this live. Make you sick with the motion. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. TK, hi. The beans can only go two ways. There's no middle ground with Dr. Pepper flavored baked beans, so that's gonna be fun. I know troubleshooting live, but I shouldn't be like manhandling the camera because you all get sick. I should switch angles. I've got some beers. I don't know if we're gonna throw beer in there. Beer is a tradition, but I don't know that I can get it into the fried rice without making the fried rice just taste like beer. Here are the extra hot dogs. I don't have any extra brats or burgers, just extra hot dogs. I looked for one with the, I don't know if you can, if it'll focus. It'll focus on this one. I looked for one with these little tiny striations on the surface because I have been told that that indicates stress in the plant, which causes, and stress causes peppers to be slightly hotter because they want to ensure that the seeds are more likely to survive, because stress usually means that they're dying. I don't know if that actually holds true. I've never really gone through and tested it, but I went out of my way to pick one with little striations for this. I guess that's our core lineup. We're going to need, oh, we have the dried out rice. We're going to need some oil. Mitsukas in, I'm not sure what language that is. Spanish? It's got the little funny, is that Portuguese? Hi, welcome. Thank you for the congratulations. Today, I'm actually just talking about it. We're just getting into the start of it. I've decided I wanted to take leftovers from the traditional Independence Day barbecue. Oh, fries. That's right. I got fries. Fries. And turn them into, initially I was thinking a stir fry, but then I decided I would go all the way to a fried rice, which is why there's rice here. And I'm just making sure I've got everything before I start jumping in. And then I don't know, if we have extra time, we'll reach around. I got that heap of bananas. We could try to do something with a banana as a surprise at the end. But yeah, so step one, I want to get into this. I want to taste the juice. I also want to separate it. So that's our step one, is we're going to immediately find out what this is doing here. And if it is a complete disaster, I still would like to include beans, so I'll have to find just some beans, some plain beans. I'm curious about the beans too. I've never had even this brand of beans, the Serious Bean Co. And they were all like they didn't have a classic, a traditional, an original flavor. They didn't have. Every one of their flavors was some descriptor and had some, something to sell it. So either they are really bad or really confident. Let's whoa. Whoa. Woo, boy, that's distinctive. They were on sale, but only slightly. They weren't on like a clearance discount. They were just like modestly marked down. They were cheaper than Bush's beans. But they were also cheaper than Bush's beans before the discount, so. Atala Noah. Hi, welcome, welcome. Canned beans are very, very convenient. Although I understand that they are not they're not necessarily common everywhere. I was just talking to some people visiting from Peru who said they can't get canned beans. They only get dry beans. So these are quite sweet. Let me actually pull the can back out and take a look at them. And it doesn't tell you what the percentages of that is, but 17 grams of added sugars per 130 grams of bean. So they're quite sweet. We're not rinsing these off though, because I want the whole point of getting these was I want that part, the juice. Let me get a second bowl real quick. So all I tasted was the straight liquid, which I'm going to use in the stir fry regardless as the sweet element. Let's taste the beans as is. Oh. I don't know, guys. I don't know. They're very sweet. They're very sweet, and they're like, you can really taste the cherry. You can really taste the cherry in the Dr. Pepper. Oh boy. Ooh, what other beans do I have? I'm not gonna call them all completely off yet, but let me check my cupboard over here. I don't know. They don't taste super salty, and it's probably because they have so much sweetness to them. They're still dripping, so I'll put them back here so that they can continue to drip. Okay, I have to consider. We might need to do some research on the side. I think I can save it. As I save it, they're not. I know a lot of people who would taste this and go like, "Nope, not eating that." I'm not at that point, but I can definitely see where you would be like, "No, I'm not. I don't think." Let's see. I just want a basic fried rice recipe to use as a framework reference here. Oh, that's right. You always put eggs in fried rice, which I don't think we're doing today because we have the beans. The beans are kind of taking the place of the eggs. They're sweet. What do you do with them because they're sweet? That threw me off. I was expecting them to have more of the flavor, but not necessarily quite so punchy. I wonder if they taste better hot. Let me grab my big pan. We're going to be using the big crazy pan today because I want to be able to push stuff around. My excessively large pan. because I want to be able to push stuff around. Um, or the wok. Oh, you know, they're almost sweet enough to use as like red bean dessert. They're pretty sweet. I'm going to be adding stuff to them. We're not eating them straight. Eating them straight, I think that'd be too much. Since we're adding stuff to them, we haven't actually used the wok in a bit. Let's see how it is. I have definitely neglected it in that stack of pans a little bit. Let me give it a quick scrape down. The wok, I think. Chili bean at a fair, first place, sweet spicy grapes. That's another thing that you're missing. They don't have any sort of spice element to them. They're just kind of sweet, and the Dr. Pepper's got a lot of flavors in it, but one of the main ones is cherry, and they've definitely leaned into that. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I've got heat on the pan there just because I want to burn off that water. I just gave it a quick scrub down and rinsed it. Let me start prepping stuff that I know I'm going to use over here while we have a think about flavors. Jay, hi. Well, there's going to be spice in the overall mix. We have a jalapeno. The beans are going. We're going to be mixed into the fried rice. So I have to think about its flavor in the context of everything else I'm putting in there. By themselves, they seem a little bit too sweet, but I think if I just avoid putting anything else sweet in there, that'll be fine. Let's give these a bias cut. Hi, Jay. Thanks for the well wishes. I hope you had a good American Independence Day up there in America's hat. Well, thank you. Thank you for the well wishes. Thank you all for the well wishes. I know it's prompted in chat because I didn't even remember. That's still just sizzling off the extra water. Should have picked a bigger knife. We're going to get a bigger knife when we do the vegetables. Just bowls. Okay, some hot dogs. a classic. Stick those with the rice. I feel like I'm just worried this is going to be such a fast one today. What did I get up to yesterday? I went and had a gathering with my friends. One of them put together a sort of mock Olympics, but all America themed. And we tried to have a barbecue outside, but it was very rainy. And also the grill was on the fritz, so we ended up having a barbecue indoors. And there were leftovers, and the leftovers are what inspired me today. Now, I only brought home part of the leftovers, which are those hot dogs. So I had to sort of, I'm having to sort of recreate some other leftover things. Fatty rice. I am not familiar with that dish. Please enlighten us. I just said I was going to get a bit. I just said I was going to get a bigger knife when I did the vegetables, and then I didn't do that. A bigger knife means more control, means faster cutting. Faster and safer cutting. But yeah, I've never heard of fatty rice. Not quite that. It means it was events that the individual events were all themed on America stuff. So there was like American trivia was an event. It was very chill, and it was also not super athletic because we're not a very athletic bunch. Nope. And the prizes was candy. Oh, this stuff. Over here. Strep infection. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. You don't want that. Oh, God, I haven't had strep in a long time. Since I was a kid. Well, get well soon, Jay. We're pulling for you. Mental gymnastics, yes. Everyone's purple today. I'm losing track because everybody's purple today. Fatty rice. As I read that one. Got it from the kids. Of course. This is why you shouldn't have kids. One of many reasons. Zara, hi. Oh, crap. Ha, shoot. Well, at least I noticed it before I cooked them. You cut up the sticker. Let's make sure I got it all. And I have not gotten it all. There's a piece there. So there it is. He cut up the sticker. Okay, well, glad I noticed it. It's gonna be harder to get off because now it's in pieces. Um, 5 kids. And Jay, that's 3 is also too many kids. Cripe, say, you people, keep it in your pants. Um, can't believe I cut up the sticker. That's just stupid. There we go. Well, I suppose that artificially makes our day a little bit longer. I'm gonna pick sticker pieces out of my pepper. Now there were onion rings at our event, but I did not come home with any. So in lieu of that, we're using just an onion. But imagine that I was cutting up some onion rings to use as the onion in our concoction today. And the pepper is because I wanted to have some pepper. Because I wanted to have something green. Although my pepper was kind of orange. We'll just split these the long way. Since this one has sort of a cloven interior, not getting good pieces anyways. Although I like the bigger chunks for the onion. Another ingredient. I suppose this doesn't have to sit here anymore. Raw. Oops. Damn it, that cord is loose. Got a loose cord. Oh, thank you for the follow. I just saw it. And I suppose thank all those people for the other follows, because we got a whole bunch of follows off of that raid. When I raided out into a random channel last time. Those can go in there. Those can go in at the same time. And I don't know if any of you are here, but thank you for the follows. Well, that is an adorable little pepper, isn't it? You know, it doesn't have a record of who I rated in the chat record. But I believe it was, yes. I stuck around in that channel too. That was and I gave her a follow. That was a good time. So that happened because Twitch has changed what the raid panel looks like, and it is including suggestions, not just giving you your follow list. And is putting like large panel previews instead of the little thumbnails right in the suggestions, so you can see what you're being suggested. And that has led us to some good. That has led me to some good two good raids so far. So I guess it was quite a jarring change when it just suddenly appeared, but it is working out quite well for me. Vegetables, meat, beans, rice. French fries, which we did get on discount. And it says it can just, yeah. Oh shoot. Now we don't need all of these. Okay, here's a question. Do I fry them up real quick, or do I just use them as is, fry them up in the pan? I think we use them as is and fry them up in the pan. They're going to get chopped up. That's why I've got them lined. Oop, the line is too long. Because they are still slightly frozen, so they resist the knife. So the long line meant I was really having to lever down on them. Ah. Okay. I think that's enough. You would do a pre-cook before they fry. Well, I was going to put them in the pan by themselves first. So then they would have a chance. The question was whether I was going to fry them up like in the traditional method. Throw two more in there. It's probably a good idea. Should have done it before I chopped them up. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to ignore Ryuya, which we've done before, and to my own detriment. So, you know, Ryuya is probably right. It's only been 30 minutes. This is going to be a really short one if I keep on this pace. Let's not do the heat just yet. Because that's, well, oop, my little garlic house is empty. You've never seen anyone cut processed potatoes. Well, I wanted them in little bits. Banana dessert would add to the time. Oh yeah, if you want to see picture here, some garlics. And the rest of that garlic can go in the little garlic house. Here, if you want to see pictures and get notifications when I go live, although I don't ping anyone, I have a Discord. We'll just drop that right, yeah. Check out pictures of my past exploits. And the wealth of bananas I got today. This garlic doesn't look very good. Ugh. This one looks fine. Okay, but what do we do? What do we make for a banana dessert? It's off theme, but I'm game to experiment. I should use my. In fact, it is. Ugh. I tried a Foster once. They're tasty, but they are tricky. I probably want to prep for it properly instead of trying to wing it. Ooh. Tight skins on my garlic. There we go. This one is not looking so good. I think I might just discard that one and get a fresh clove. Patsy, hi, thanks. Welcome, welcome. Do it properly. Oh, that one's got a gnarly spot. It's a much smaller gnarly spot, but I guess I have to keep an eye on that head of garlic because it's got some gnarly spots forming. Oop, it's not even opened properly. The compost bucket is becoming rather full. I will have to do a swap soon. Tight skins on my garlic. Take the little bit off there, take the little knob off the bottom. Take that one off, they'll separate. Yeah, perfect. Three cloves, because that one big clove was actually 2 cloves in a raincoat. And some ginger. What's my ginger looking like? Ginger looks pretty good. I want ginger in my fried rice because I like the flavor. Let's go with the bottom. Garlic, ginger, potatoes. Still debating whether I want more potatoes. Peppers and onions. Hot dogs. Baked beans. Bean juice. Rice. Let's deal with the bean juice before I move on. Whoop. Drop my hat of my garlic house. The bean juice. Boy, it sure is not shy about being what it is. What do we do with this stuff? It needs, I can't believe I'm saying this for a packaged product. It needs more salt. It also needs more dimension And it needs to be thinned out a little bit. Well, a fried rice, you put in a sauce toward the end and stir it through so it coats the rice. So that was my original plan, was to use this juice as that. But we need to adjust it. We need to tweak it up before I get that far, so I'm not trying to modify the flavor while it's all in the pan frying. So we're gonna tweak the flavors here. And one thing it needs is some salt. So we're gonna give it a little glug of soy sauce. It needs some tang as well. You know, on theme with our barbecue leftovers, deep fry them. I'm gonna nix deep frying as well. I don't want to fire up enough oil to do deep frying today. We could try a shallow fry. I don't have any yellow mustard. Actually, do I have any yellow mustard? I might. Aha, it's unopened, so it's brand new. But I do in fact have some American style yellow mustard that I obviously don't use very much because it's not even been opened. Yellow mustard, 40% more yellow mustard. I got it on sale. That will give us a tang, a sharpness, some acidity to play with what we've got going on here, which is so far very sweet. The only air fryer I have is the air fry mode on the multi-pot. We don't want too much. Mustard can be very assertive, and also ketchup, which is sweet but also tangy. So I'm adding a little bit of both. We'll stir this together. We might need to add some water to it to thin it out. Where's my little blue whisk? There it is. I usually go for brown mustards, but on a hot dog, classic yellow mustard is probably the better choice, the tastier choice. Let's give this a taste. That's already a lot better, and it still tastes like Dr. Pepper. I think I've just dialed it back a little bit. We're gonna give it just a smidgen of water to loosen it up. I have tried Chicago style hot dog. I do like a Chicago style hot dog. I would consider a Chicago style hot dog to be its own dish more than a topping for a hot dog. When I say a topping for a hot dog, I mean like you get a bun, you slap a hot dog in it, and you're going to squirt something on top of it. The other mustard that I put back before I was going to use it was German mustard, very brown. And my go-to is usually this kind of stuff. Not specifically this brand, but the sort of slightly coarser Dijon. That's what I usually go for. That one's up there because we haven't gotten around to it. But that yellow mustard on just like a classic hot dog. Does this need anything else? I'm glad I was just a little bit of this and a little bit of that with it. Because it could very easily go too far and lose the Dr. Pepper that I paid for. If you've just gotten here and you missed the beginning, this reddish liquid is the drippings from these beans, which came in this can, which is Dr. Pepper flavored baked beans. Keep that handy so I can show it off. That's ooh, it was a little much. And then, yeah, some soy sauce, some oil. Soy sauce is in there. We could give it a dab of oil. It's got no heat to it. So if I mix in just a little bit of chili oil, but I think that might be better as a topping than as part of the sauce. Because this sauce is going to be mixed into everything and be like a coating. And I think having a drizzle over the top is a better place for a hot oil. And also, I think a drizzle of bright yellow mustard over the top and maybe a drizzle of bright red ketchup would seal that like, boy, you made a thing today. Fried rice is usually kind of a loose, it's kind of a loose definition. You just throw stuff in. So I have just a skeleton of a recipe. Let's try somebody else's, see what they think. Ready in 15 minutes. That's too fast for me. Blah, 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 blah. Garlic, scallions, peas and carrots. Do not thaw. Rice, soy sauce, salt, pepper, eggs. We're skipping the eggs. That's gonna make it weird. That's gonna make it weird. I just know it. And sesame oil. Okay. I think we are all prepped up over here. I like where this sauce, I mean, I kind of like where this sauce has landed. It's still a little weird. It's still a little weird. Oh, I didn't actually crush up my garlic and ginger. We'll come back over here because I want to do garlic and ginger and we didn't actually deal with them. We just peeled them. Okay, garlic. Because you always want to get your garlic prepped ahead of when you want to use it. Give those enzymes, chemistry, a chance to do its thing and give you that rich, lovely garlic flavor. And taking off the dried little scar where it used to be attached to the rest of the ginger, we're just going to mince this up skin on. And the ginger can go in at the same time as the garlic. I don't really care. The garlic will have to go in at the right time so it doesn't burn. The ginger can go in almost whenever. So since I'm kind of combining them here on the board, we'll just combine them on the other end as well. I should have some scallions. Hope they're in good condition. I haven't used them since Tuesday. It's gone a little bit weird in the shape, but it looks good. So we'll grab one of those. Peel off the gross layer and the dried up tips and the root. And the white part can be put in early. Oop. Okay. Okay, now I would say we are ready to slide over. I put oil in that pan, so we're going to start with some heat. And I should probably get a bowl ready to receive, or plate, or bowl plate. Oh, we're just gonna use one of the classic big white circles. To receive this once it's done, because once it's done, I want to get it out of that pan pretty much right away. That mess can gradually go in the, yeah, okay, perfect. Oh, pickles. I can do that. I have pickle relish. We can throw some pickle relish in it. Gotcha, okay. Okay. I guess this is the fun part. Wow, that prep took nearly a full hour. So we will get this nice and hot. We'll start with the potato to get it, make sure it's fried up on its own. And then I think I'm going to pull it out so that I can re-add it toward the end. I'm trying to think about my process here. It's going to be potatoes in, get them crispy, potatoes out. And then I want to say the beans go in next so they can get a little bit of a start before I throw the vegetables on top of them. Which is not when you would put the eggs in, but I think I want them to have a chance to not be mushy, which means they need to be in there by themselves so they can get a little bit of that crisp. Like that one time we made that bowl and we crisped some black beans for it. I don't know if that's going to work, but we can try. So let those potatoes get going. Pull them. That's what I was thinking. Put them in, get them started, and then add them back toward the end so that they have a little bit of texture, because I'm afraid if they cook too long with other stuff, they'll just turn to mush. And if they just get added naked toward the end, I suppose you could add them at the end when you add the rice and just let them be the texture of baked beans kind of mixed into it all. That's definitely also a possibility. You could do both as well. I'm not going to use all of these beans. There's more beans than this recipe needs. So it could potentially go for both. Make sure these potatoes aren't sticking. But this is the most important bit that definitely needs to be cooked separately for texture reasons. The hot dog also actually needs to be cooked. This was not a pre-cooked hot dog that I got. Although, that shouldn't be too difficult. I'll probably put the hot dog in. They're thin slices, so they won't take very long to cook. But they do definitely need to be in there long enough to be cooked and touching the metal, so not in the mix with everything. Okay, it's gonna be stages to this. This is not as simple as a normal, simple fried rice. Now, these potatoes definitely want to lightly adhere. They're actually not sticking that bad, but they're sticking enough that I can't just pick this up and toss them, so. After they spend a moment sitting, they want to stay where they sit. So, isosceles, hi, thank you, thank you. Oh, you know what I need? A moistening. Where's my water glass? I'll just grab a new one. It's warm in here already. It was really cool this morning, so I didn't turn my AC on, but I think it's warmed up over the course of the day. And I just kind of adjusted, but now that there's a thing going, I'm gonna switch that on in the other room real quick. I've never done fries like this. I've done this from raw potato. I've never done this from a French fry before. I was tempted to do a lot more, but it's another starch that I'm including in rice, and I was afraid that would just be too much starch. So I want to really emphasize the texture difference by getting them crisp. It looks like they're firming up and stopping sticking. They're also developing the pitch of the sizzle is changing. So I think we're getting there. We'll probably have to sacrifice one as a taster just to be sure they're good. Some of the smaller ones are probably already done. Oh, so what's everybody else doing today, this fine day? Recovering from the 4th. Or completely ignoring it because you live in a country that's not the United States. Which I understand, I've heard, is most of the countries, actually. It's weird. Yeah, that's what I wanted, so I can just give them a tossy toss. Oh, oh. my elbow. Crack. I was following. I'm just chit-chatting. I was following the United Kingdom elections a little bit last night, and boy, that's certainly a shocking turnover. I hope that is a sign of global shift, because it feels like they're too few and far between these days. What do we think? Some of them look real crispy. Some of them look a little bit less crispy. That one's all around crispy. Some of them are definitely all around crispy, even if they don't look it. So I think we're probably succeeded. They're nice and hard. Yes, the Tories. Now I was looking into a little bit more granular detail. Labor won, but really it was the Tories lost. The uptick for votes in Labor is, like, actual votes for Labor was very small. The crash in votes for the Tories was enormous. They fled to a bunch of other parties, which is why the Liberal Democrats got a bunch more seats, and the Reform Party got some seats, and like all these other parties got the seats. Oh, okay, we're getting a little bit toasted, burned there, so we're gonna pop those out. Freshen up our oil with a little smidge more. I got oil on the outside. Turn that down a little bit. No, because the way the votes shook out, the Labor has a huge majority just by themselves. Votes fled out to other parties, but it resulted in a lot of seats just landing with the Labor. I hope, and I doubt they will, but I hope Labor reaches out and doesn't just grab the reins and run, because that would be a good sign for sort of a cooperative government, which we need more of. These have cooked very, very fast, and I am already getting them out of there. They went real quick. They were already feeling crisped up. Okay, hot dogs in. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay, we're gonna let those guys get some color, and then we're gonna start throwing stuff at this. And then I guess we're gonna start thinking about a dessert or an accompaniment. It'd be nice to keep it on brand. If they ignore everyone, if they ignore all of the other parties that gained ground from the Tories' collapse, then Labour is just going to be the next party that collapses. They need to recognize that they have not been given a hard mandate, but have instead gotten the benefits of a huge rebuff to the Tories. Because that's the real take home, was that people just are really sick of the Tories. Okay, now we're not taking anything out until the end. I'm afraid that those beans left some distinctive residue on the bottom that might cause other things to stick even more because they're a little bit sugary. So we might just have to stand and constantly stir. Oh yeah, look at that, look at that. That's not what I wanted to see. Gummy. Okay. That stuff can all go in. We will give it just that long to cook before we add all that stuff. Ooh, it smells real good. I peeled that thing off the end and ate it because it was just caramelized sugar from the bean sauce, which has me a little bit worried that we're just going to get a bunch of caramelized bean sauce at the bottom of this pan when I'm done. I guess we'll see. We might need to give it a splash of something liquidy to just like just a splash of soy sauce just to deglaze. Exactly, caramelized sugars from the beans. Speaking of which, we're going to have that handy because I like the idea of throwing a couple of those in when I throw the rice in. Which we're going to throw the rice in as soon as these vegetables are approximately where I want them to be. Definitely have a little bit of a sticking spot right there. I think that's where I want the vegetables to be. Let's get our day old, which is literally, I cooked it today, but I left it out to kind of get old. Because I didn't actually have any day old rice. Normally, fried rice is made with day old rice. not just new rice. Get that off my hands. Get that off my hands. Okay. And this will have to fry long enough to get some... Oh, that is working well, actually. I think we're having a little bit of stickage right in that one spot at the bottom, but for the most part, we're not. So I think that's a good sign. We're going to throw in a couple scoops of our unfried beans. Throwing those in those. An egg will not be added to this, no. Oop, my rice is starting to stick a little bit, so I have to keep moving. That's not sake. This would be the time when I would throw in that beer that I don't have ready to go. I need to deglaze my pan a little bit. Which would have been perfect with a beer. Ordinarily, the sauce for a fried rice is very liquidy, and you'd use that to deglaze the pan. But my sauce is, because of the bean drippings in it, is going to be very thick. Ooh, boy, that changed the smell. Wow, did that change the smell. I'm gonna heat up a little bit on it actually now. Okay, okay. Get it before stuff sticks to the bottom. I think we call it there. Right? Bookwoman, hi. I'll be with you in a sec. We're on the tail end of frying a rice. I have once again made an enormous pile of food. So there goes my twice weekly end of diet. Oof-da. Well, it looks proper. I have that in my head, Ryuya, but I would like to give it a quick taste before I commit to that. So, yeah, we can give it a. We can give it the classic. I did not add the relish. We're going to add the relish now. Here's the relish. Oop, the relish hasn't even been opened. Brand new relish. No, I actually forgot because it was over here. So we're going to add the relish now because it's too late to do it otherwise. Be careful with the relish. I kind of want to go like across with the relish. Ketchup first because the mustard I have more control over. Because it's got a better nozzle. French's, you make a better nozzle than Hunt's. And that's the thing. Oh! Well, I literally forgot the other part of the green onion as well. That can be a topping now. It was going to get thrown in right at the end so it could just get kissed by the heat. So it was never going to be like really fried in. But now I guess it can only have the residuals. I'm making this up. This is leftover 4th of July barbecue fried rice. So it's got hot dogs and baked beans and French fries in it. And ketchup and mustard. I did say not too long ago that I needed to do more weird stuff. Well, weird stuff. Here, there's a hot dog piece. We can arrange it so some of the pieces are more visible toward the top. But no, we're making this one up. This is a weird one. It's a weird one. I told you we were going to do some weird ones. Inspired by things that were left over from the 4th of July barbecue. And it didn't take, well, it took a little bit longer than I was expecting. Spent a lot of time on prep, and then we had some sort of odd multi-stage thing. I'm going to go take a quick, oh, I can't take a photo of this. First I have to move all those bananas, because that's where the bananas are right now, is in the photo booth. So we have to do a swap. Where you guys can take care of 1,000,000 bananas, and I can go take a photo of this thing before I dive in on it. You take good care of those bananas now. Okay, we're coming back. We're coming back. We're coming back. Oh no, there's bananas everywhere. How did that happen? I have so many bananas. These bananas came in this bag, reduced to 99 cents. I don't know why. They're barely ripe. This one's not even ripe. I think this one was just because it had like the dents on the bottom. All these bananas were $1. So I was like, sure, I'll have some bananas. If I have extra bananas, I'll do something with them. It was a crazy, crazy deal on bananas. Yeah, if you scroll all the way up, you probably can't because it's too far up, but if you scroll all the way up right at the start when I mentioned banana, or no, somebody in Discord, was it Flamingo? Exactly the same sentiment. Banana bread, banana smoothies, banana ice cream, banana nut muffins, banana chips, banana pudding, bananas. Anyways, guess who's back? Our main event. Banana stroganoff. With all these bananas, I could try making banana ketchup. Making my own banana ketchup. Where's that spoon? Okay, let's have a bite of our hot dog Dr. Pepper baked bean French fry fried rice. Starting over here, so I can get a little bit of all of the things. And a French fry. Mmm. 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 Okay, one thing I would change. French fries should go in at the absolute end after the sauce. They still have their texture, but they've already lost the external crisp because they're sitting in the sauce. They should be like the last thing added before you take it off the heat. Probably after you take it off the heat. Take it off the heat, stir the French fry bits in, serve. Otherwise, with everything, the sweetness from the Dr. Pepper bean sauce is not off-putting. It's not overwhelming and off-putting the way it was when it was straight up. But you can still taste it. It's still definitely in there. That sweet cherry note is still cutting through from the back, from downtown. But with all the other things, especially the acidic ingredients, I think that's what I reacted to so negatively with the beans by themselves. Because I like Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is very sweet, and it has that cherry note, but it's also acidic. It has that sharpness to it. These beans do not have that sharpness to them. They are just the cloying sweetness, and you lose beans, water, sugar, more sugar, tomato paste, vinegar. So there's vinegar in these. There's just not enough. There needs to be more acid in these to give it a little bit of that sharpness. Because with, especially the fresh toppings, the mustard, the ketchup, it has that sharpness, and it really makes it a lot better. Mmm. Mmm. I think they taste the same. I like the texture on the ones that got a quick crisp better. But the ones that I put in with the rice didn't turn to mush. They just taste like, or they just have the texture of plain bean. So that's not bad. It's just the other ones have that, plus they have a little bit of external texture. I probably would have left them in there longer if they hadn't started sticking, and they would have gotten even more of that crisp. And I think I would have to do that in a non-stick because they really wanted to stick. Because obviously they're so sugary. That, I mean, I'm not surprised, but I think if I did them in a side pan in a little non-stick just to get them crisped up, then we can throw them in, because they would give you a much stronger texture contrast. Because this has the problem fried rice always has. The textures all kind of gravitate towards the same. It's really tasty. Weirdly, I suppose not that weirdly, this tastes like a hot dog. Not like it just tastes like the sausage, but it tastes like a loaded hot dog with all the fixins on it. The flavors are a pretty good imitation of if you got a hot dog and you like loaded it up. You put some chopped onions on there. You put some ketchup and mustard and like really loaded it up. And every once in a while, of these 3 bites, I got one that had a distinct little pop of ginger, which I quite like. It's a nice fresh flavor. It's interesting. It doesn't taste much like fried rice. It tastes like hot dog. Mmm. Fill a hot dog with, I think if you filled a hot dog with this, it would be too starchy. Because part of the reason this tastes like a hot dog is the rice is taking the role of the bun and giving you that starchiness to offset the rest of it. So if you got rid of the rice and probably the potatoes and did the rest of this and put it inside of a hot dog casing, that I think would be a really tasty hot dog. Because it would have all the fixins, all the flavor right in it. I'd probably make it a big fat one so that you wouldn't want to put stuff on top of it. I also like that the vegetables, especially the pepper, still have some texture, which comes from keeping an eye on it and aggressively stirring it around. Spicy Meme Queen, excellent name, by the way. Welcome, hi. We're on the tasting phase of this. I was going to call it a monstrosity, but honestly, it's pretty good. And that's probably a testament to fried rice as a whole. It's very flexible and forgiving and can take some really serious twists and turns without the dish completely falling apart. It's very... Is it very good? It's good. I would definitely keep eating it. And I would consider making it again with some changes. Is it very good? Would I go out of my way to make it? I probably wouldn't go out of my way to make it again. If I had the parts, I would definitely strongly consider doing it. So if I've got hot dogs and beans, hot dogs and beans are probably the only things I don't always have on hand. Then I would probably consider this again. Would I take it to a party? Possibly. A lot of my friends are much less adventurous eaters than I am, and when I described what I did, they might be put off by it. I might serve it to a party. I don't know if I would make it here and then take it with me to a party. I think it benefits from the spectacle of throwing all the stuff in. You know, as I go through it, the beans give it a really nice sort of different flavor that you don't expect in a fried rice at all. And I'm almost tempted to just say, because a lot of times you put peas in a fried rice, peas and carrots are a common include. I almost want to say, just throw some cooked beans in there. Because even without the sticky sweet Dr. Pepper sauce, they have a nice sort of almost slightly earthy bean flavor it goes well, I think, with the stuff. I know there's a Korean noodle dish where they include beans. And that's pretty good. I've had that. So it kind of makes sense having the beans with a starchy thing. The beans and rice is a classic combo anyways. Anything else I would change about this? It's not very spicy. I said I was going to add some chili oil on the top, and I didn't do that because when I was down to it, I thought the traditional hot dog toppings would look nicer as a topper. But I think it needs just a kiss more heat. That one jalapeno is not doing it quite. Maybe even just some black pepper. There's no black pepper in there either. I'm glad I didn't add any salt because it is plenty salty. I added a little bit of soy sauce, but I imagine there's a ton of salt in those beans. Well, I'm pretty happy with that, actually. And it didn't deviate from my vision. We didn't... Ooh, some spicy chili crispy. Ooh, good shout. Where's my spicy chili crispy? Good shout. We could have put some of this in the sauce mix, in the bean sauce mix, to really sort of infuse it. Oh, this guy always wants to... There we go. Good shout. I did not think of that. We'll just put some over here. It's still a fine thing to add late, but yeah, or even right at the beginning, when I put the garlic and the ginger in, possibly even when I put the hot dogs in, just so it would infuse the oils. Because Spicy Chili Krispies is not just spicy, it's got that rich, savory flavor to it. Let's just pretend and have a little scooper off the side here with some. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit of that in this mix. You are absolutely right. Good call. That would do it. I'm going to use the rest of these green onions as well because they're otherwise going to go off. But the good thing I had a light lunch because this ended up being a pile. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I will keep that in mind. I liked the results. I was a little trepidatious as we were going through it, but I like the results. And I think I've learned a few things. And now it's at 1. You know what? I'm not going to do a second dish. I'm going to say that this is enough because the show on Tuesday, if you missed it, was over 3 hours long. So, because I lost control of what I was doing and just kept going. So yeah, I think we're just going to have this one be a little bit on the shorter side. And that's the finished dish. And I also have some cleanup to do, as always. So, let's slide back up to my face. Hi. That is going to be where we wind down for the day. It is my anniversary, but it snuck up on me, so I didn't really plan a big grand thing. If I had, we probably would have a second thing waiting to just slide out and continue on. But thanks everyone for showing up. Thank you for the well wishes. I can't believe it's been X number of years. I have actually lost track of how many of which one this is. I think it's 3. I think it's 3. We've been going through on 2. I don't really have any big announcements about the direction of the channel, because I'm pretty much going to keep doing what I do. I had noticed that I was getting away from the weird stuff and getting too safe. So this was let's try something weird, because I wanted to just play. I wanted to just play today. And I thought it was a good time to do it. Black bean sauce from La Gan Ma. No, I have not actually ever seen that, but there are a couple of Asian markets in town, so I can hit them up and see if I can see. I do like black bean sauce, so... Oh my god! Oh my god! Alpha Femme! For 3 months! Thank you! What have I done? How dare you? What have I done to deserve this? Well, thanks. You know what I should do? I should take the fact that I didn't plan this, that I got snuck up on, and fill in those empty emote slots, because I still have some empty emote slots. The animated ones, because I didn't animate a bunch of emotes. Oh my god, thank you. Well, welcome to the party, or welcome to the orbit. I've got a planet theme that I haven't really expanded on. Aw, aw, aw. You make me blush. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will be back barring catastrophes on Monday. Don't have a good plan. If you have an idea, or you want to see me tackle something, or you just have a weird who knows what, there is a suggestion box in my Discord. It's one of the channels. It's just called suggestion box. Throw stuff at me. I don't know. You want to see me make that oh my god. Oh my god. You're causing a hype train. What the heck? What the heck? Thank you. Thank you for 5 gift subs. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna cheer. I should get something better than water. Oh my god. To Zeldangerous, Inanda, Zentax, Onryo-san, and Mama Meow. If you're here, if any of you are here, say thanks or continue lurking. Damn. I guess now I have to wait for that hype train to run out. Wow. Well, what do we talk about bananas. Bananas, right? That's the next thing. It has to be. Thank you so much. This is unexpected. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much. I feel like I need to prep something to do like a proper celebration for Monday. Since this was just the thing surprised me and said, it's your anniversary. And now, especially, I need to live up to this. I need to live up. You have too much faith. What can I use? I don't know. We should do something weird. It should be something weird, but good. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Now I got a now I'm brainstorming. Something with bananas. Something with bananas because I have so many bananas. Well, I was in the middle of my wrap up. I've lost my train of thought. Thank you so much. I'm just thanking because I don't have a thing to go off to. Zelda. Hi, welcome, welcome. I suppose you're here because you got notified that you got a gift. Wow. I don't even have a subs tracker because I was so far from any of the goals. I was just like, what's the point? But so yeah, I guess I'm just kind of chit-chatting for another couple minutes. So hi Zelda, been a while. Used to see you all the time on your channel, and now you're doing bigger and better things. Yeah, bigger and better things. Go follow Zelda for when she eventually comes back to streaming in 1,000 years. In the next grand cycle. Big sad. Big happy. New job. Well, hopefully you're getting well paid for it. 15 months. It has been a while. Wow. Wow. Well, hopefully the job is soul-sucking, but in a good way. You're not, and okay. Well, I don't know. Fill in your own silver lining. Banana curry. Isosceles. is weird, but I'll take it under advisement. These bananas might actually be too ripe for that. This one maybe? It's got a little bit of green still on it. Oh, that's very crummy. Well, thank you for... There's the end of our hype train. I haven't had a hype train in ages either. Thank you to AlphaFem for that entire hype train and 8 subs, because yours was a 3-month. And I got a hype emote. I got this one. I don't even know what that is. It's just pushing a button real fast. You stay right there. You stay right there. I have a chair now. AlphaFem, that's 5 more gift subs to Letica, Pablum, Zara, Hope Abandoned, and Redweird. Thank you so much. What have I done? I don't... I guess we're going to stay here for a little bit. I believe if that is what you are looking for... Oh, I can't... Oh, I would have to go into my channel on my end. There should be a place where you can type someone's name in. Or mine has a button where if I click on Isosceles, I can just gift a sub. Can I do that with everyone? It might be a streamer only thing. Well, I guess I'll sit here and keep nibbling for a little bit. Otherwise, we were in the wrap-up phase, so if nothing else... Thank you, Isosceles, for giving a sub to Patsy, and thank you, AlphaFem, for giving one back to Isosceles. The circle is complete. Well, let me drop my Discord link one more time. Come bother me. George is here. Let's shout out George. George, we were trying to wrap up, and then people started attacking me with gift subs. We've rated George a bunch of times. He also does all cooking. His is less weird than mine, more like things that you actually might think of cooking. I keep looking over there because that's where I think Chad is, but you're also right here, so I can just look right here. Well, I was in the wrap-up phase before I was rudely assaulted by gift subs. Thank you so much for all of that generous support. if you've just arrived, I suppose people have just been pulled in because because of the gift subs. This is what we made today. It's leftovers from the 4th, so it's hot dogs, French fries, baked beans that I turned into a fried rice with ketchup and mustard and relish, as well as more traditional fried rice ingredients like onions and ginger and garlic and rice. This was the project of the day. It came out pretty well, and I was just about to wrap us up. Fried rice and mustard. Well, the whole thing tastes like a hot dog, like a loaded up hot dog. It came out really well, and normally I stop. I don't eat. I got this chair specifically because it's the perfect height where I can sit in the kitchen and be at height with you guys so I can talk to you. We don't use it very often, but that's what it's here for. Normally, I don't eat with you guys. I wrap up and I don't do a mukbang and I go eat by myself. Because I'm here for the cooking part, not the eating part. So I'm going to try to wrap us up again. Thank you all for showing up. It is indeed my affiliate anniversary. It snuck up on me. I was surprised. We didn't do an official party for it. We're going to try to do that next week. Something. Maybe I'll make a cake. I've never made a cake. So thank you all for showing up. Thank you to AlphaFem for... I've lost count at this point. So many subs. I've lost count. And thank you to Isosceles as well. Yeah, so we'll shoot to be back on Monday. I don't have anything that would conflict, but every once in a while something comes up. So plan for Monday, and I guess I will work on getting those emote slots filled in because now I got a bunch of people counting on it. Yeah, and let's find somebody to raid. And that is over there, and I can't avoid that part. Keep the party going, and then I can eat my dinner without getting attacked by more subs. Who do we have on who I follow? Those are all the game channels. We had some really good luck with random food raids before. Ooh. Okay, we're not continuing on a food channel this time because I want to raid Murphy. Who is playing Elden Ring. Murphy is delightful, a wee bit foul-mouthed, and you may know them from many of the places I hang out. I bump into Murphy in other chats a lot. So, and they're streaming right now, so we're gonna go say hi to Murphy. Just noticed my hair. So yes, once again, thank you all. It is now too late to interrupt me. And yeah, I don't know what we're going to be doing on Monday. Something with bananas, probably. Just by the sheer quantity of bananas. But yeah, I hope you had a good time. I had a good time. I thought it was a fun adventure today, and we had a good result. So, I'm just waiting for the count. I'm watching the little purple thing. So much purple. Everyone was purple today except for AlphaFem. And George, I suppose. George is always orange. Here's the countdown. Okay, I will wave you out. Princess wave.